Good morning. I'm Paul Mullin. You probably know my writing from my plays, if you know my writing at all. But I do also write books and poetry, and I used to do a monthly literary reading at my bar in Green Lake back when we could go to bars and do live literary readings. Um, I'm hugely honored that the stranger selected me to give the message to the city. And today is a particularly special day for me for a couple of reasons. One is 30 years ago in August, in 1990, 30 years ago exactly, I moved to Seattle for the very first time. And then 5 years ago, on this very day, I started working for the city of Seattle. Boom. I work for the Department of Transportation, and so that means that I am personally to blame for the West Seattle Bridge, any parking problems you may have had for the last 5 years, the bike lanes if you hate them, people who hate the bike lanes if you love them, all of that's my fault. I used to work at the Seattle Municipal Tower, the Ivory Tower as we call it. Now I work at a place called the Charles Street Maintenance Facility. And a lot of people don't know about Charles Street, even though it's possibly one of the most important places in Seattle. It's where most of the important trucks roll from. The Department of Transportation trucks, SBU trucks, the First Hill streetcar rolls out of there. We fix our fire trucks and our police cars there. It's a really important spot. It's a little bit like Busy Town, if you know that book by Richard Scarry, the children's book. There's something going on all the time at Charles Street. Even now, during the pandemic, we still have to pave the streets and fill the potholes and do stuff like that. So I mention that both because Charles Street's one of my favorite places, and I get to see those people twice a week. I still go in twice a week. But I also mention it because I didn't know about Charles Street until 5 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago when I started working there. And you might not know about it. And I've been living in Seattle for 30 years. Maybe you've been living here longer than that. Maybe you've been living here what you think is a long time. Seattle has things about it that you don't know. It has art that you haven't seen. It has performances that you don't know about. And it's worth remembering in these dark times that there are just things you don't know. And one of the things I've learned here doing art and theater for the last 30 years, I used to think that you met great people so that you could do great art. And I've only just begun to realize that it's just the opposite of that. You do art to meet great people. And I have met most of the great people I know because I did art in Seattle. And hopefully will continue to do so. So, sure, these are rough times. But just know that there are things out here in this city of yours that you haven't seen yet. And with luck, you'll see them. And if you stay strong and take care of yourself and take care of others and mask up and maintain social distance, we do it at Charles Street. Everybody wears a mask. Everybody stays 6 feet apart. If we can do it, you can do it. We'll get through this thing and we'll get back to being the ever greater city that we have been and will be, if that makes any sense. Thanks.